Welcome to a look into War Thunder's light tank, that is the American M2A4 light tank. So gear up and clock in. This is the M2A4. As far as I know, the M2A4 is a decent tank, so going fast is built in its DNA. With a gun that can penetrate most civilian targets that try to run from your ever-growing power, and the M2A4's armor is as good as a cardboard box with a layer of PVC piping holding it together, and a layer of the world's finest pillows that you can afford from working at McDonald's for part-time. So, our go-kart has a 37mm M3 cannon with 103 ammo capacity. This allows you to carry the armory of a standard military base on wheels. And if you add explosives to the mix, you might be hired to be part of Disney's fireworks crew. With 5 7.62 M19 19A4 Browning machine guns, you can sit comfortably knowing that not only that you have 103 shells, you can also fire 24,000 peacekeeping rounds that ensure stability in your empire and to keep dirty commies from your oil fields. The main gun can fire the M51 and the M74 shells, that being its traits from a standard cannon that you can find on the Man of War. The M51 shell being the best, having to penetrate up to 75mm of armor compared to the 67mm from the M74. Its armor on the whole is 25mm all around, as well as the turret, so you can bounce some high caliber machine gun rounds, but don't trust it. Its autocannons will eat you faster than the nuclear reaction in Chernobyl did. The tank was used early in the war from 1935 to 1942, only 698 being built. From the info I found on Wikipedia, the tank was used mostly in the Pacific front, and with some being shipped to the British to fight in Africa. Later, a better version of the tank like the M3 and the M5 were designed from the M2. Variants of the M2 goes from the M2A1 all throughout the M2A4, which is the one that you see currently now, as well as an anti-tank variant, but those don't exist on the internet, or at least not to my knowledge. So good luck if you can find it. For what it's worth, it's a stopgap tank. The M2 is a nice little tank in War Thunder. It's fast and mobile, and has armor to stop machine guns, but not enough to stop other enemies' cannon. Even so, sometimes your armor can bounce rounds, which is lucky, I guess. But if you're extra lucky, God can bless you with a non-penetration and kick the enemies back in submission. But that's only if you pray hard enough, because most of the time you're gonna die. With a high reload rate, you can keep up with your teammates and support them very well in offensive and defensive plays, but it's up to you how you want to use it. It is a light tank, so I don't expect to take on a tank destroyer head on and expect to see my family ever again. If I were to put it on a scale from 1 through 10, it will sit at a 6, but that's my taste on it. Later on, you could attain better light tanks that can give you more of an edge on speed and firepower. Hell, it's America's take on a light tank during the time of World War II. Try it out if you yourself are new to War Thunder or you're battle hardened. The M2A4 is a masterpiece in its core for how War Thunder gameplay is.